He looks more like he's been on vacation than been lost.
He sent me a video of the fish jumping. I'm like, oh my God, that's over 10 feet.
Holy
Wow, that is a small craft to be going around the world in.
I got my man back. I got my man back.
Hi there, welcome to The Global Good. I'm your host, Shelley Steeves, chilling out in this garden, happy to bring you refreshing good news stories from right across the country. Now, this first story may make you think about your childhood and maybe a stuffed animal that you may have held dear to your heart. Cami Kepke has the tale of a cross-Canada search for a child's teddy bear and why it was no ordinary bear.
When the McMasters wrapped up their Airdrie vacation and returned home to Nova Scotia, they left behind a very important member of the family, a teddy bear belonging to their 7-year-old son, Duncan. But this is no ordinary stuffed animal. He contains a very personal voice message recorded by Duncan's birth mom before she passed away. Duncan's stepmom Renelle took to social media, asking Airdrie residents to keep looking for the teddy.
He looks more like he's been on vacation than been lost.
On Monday night, Heidi Erickson dropped off her son and his friend at Nose Creek Park in Airdrie and discovered the bear and Duncan's backpack right by the entrance.
There was no backpack where I found it when I dropped them off, but when I returned, this backpack was hanging on the post. And I saw it and I thought, that looks so familiar.
A few social media posts later, the lost bear's identity was confirmed, and Duncan's stepmom got an amazing late-night phone call.
I can't believe it. Oh my God, so excited. We've been here crying. Oh, that is just so incredible. We are so happy. Such a big relief.
The real heroes of this story are Duncan's mom, his birth mom, who cared enough to leave that message for her son before she passed. And also his stepmom, who cared enough to keep that memory alive.
Well, that little bear isn't the only thing flying across Canadian skies. A man from the UK is trying to set a world record, circling the Earth in a gyrocopter. A what? Yeah, a gyrocopter. Morgan Campbell has the answer.
As the aircraft lands, you almost have to do a double take.
My initial thought was, wow, that is a small craft to be going around the world in.
This is a gyrocopter piloted by British adventurer James Ketchell. He's landed in Canada as part of his 37,000-kilometer trip around the globe. He's doing it to inspire 1 million youngsters while raising money for 2 children-focused charities, all while trying to set a world record.
I just focus on the things that I'm passionate about and trying to inspire young people to get up and go and pursue their own goals and dreams, whatever they may be.
Ketchell is a remarkable man. After surviving a motorcycle crash a decade ago, not sure if he'd walk properly again, the 36-year-old completed a global triathlon. He rode across the Atlantic Ocean in 110 days, cycled through 20 countries, averaging 100 miles a day, and summited Mount Everest.
The hardest part is taking the first step and believing that you can do it.
He's 1 month away from completing his trek around the world. He started in March, taking off from a small airfield in the UK on a trip that's taken him through Europe, Russia. He's crossed the Bering Straits to Alaska, the US, and now into Canada, which other pilots say deserves a slow clap.
Just think of a distance crossing the Atlantic Ocean in that thing. That's going to be a long time, very low and slow, and not a whole lot to look at.
And with that being said, we will let the last word go to the motivational speaker.
99.99% of people on this planet are kind, amazing, generous, caring, and Canada is no exception.
From the skies now to the Fraser River and a big fish story that at first does sound a little too good to be true.
I'll grab some bait.
For Lang Nguyen, fishing isn't just a passion, it's a way of life.
I started fishing when I was 6, and it's pretty much I trained my whole life to do this.
Today, he owns Lang's Fishing Adventures, which keeps him on the Fraser River most days. All the fish caught and released. But last week was unlike any other in his career.
My assistant guide, he sent me a video of the fish jumping. I'm like, oh my God, that's over 10 feet.
Holy She was 11 feet 4 inches and as much as 800 pounds.
I almost passed out when I saw it.
She wasn't just big, she was record book big.
Right now we're tied for the largest untagged sturgeon in the Fraser River. That's exciting.
The amazing thing about sturgeon is they can grow very big and they live very long. So we're talking about 150 years, up to 200 years.
They say that they can grow up to 23 feet.
Perhaps with continued conservation efforts, this magnificent creature will live long enough to come close to that size.
Knowing that there's still fish that big swimming in the river, that's quite exciting.
Now to the other side of the country in New Brunswick for a story about a man who was so desperate for a kidney transplant, he took out a billboard-style ad on his car. At 60 years old, Dan McLaughlin steps out of his car with a new lease on life, knowing this sign will soon come off of his car.
It's still hard to believe that it happened.
But I can't survive without dialysis.
We first met Dan just over a year ago, forced to live life 12 hours a day on dialysis due to kidney failure. Desperate for a new kidney, he even took out an ad on his car looking for a donor. They got the call they'd been waiting for 3 long years. A match was made with someone who'd passed away, offering Dan a precious gateway into a new life. He rushed to Halifax for surgery, and when he woke up,
the colors were brighter. Somehow it felt easier to breathe. The air was fresher.
The new kidney is functioning well, and the rush of gratitude the couple is now feeling toward the donor and his or her family at times is overwhelming.
It's like a second life.
And we're going to take care of the organ that they've given us. It was a gift. It was winning the lottery.
So I truly appreciate this second chance at life.
Married 38 years next month, the couple's lives were on hold. They weren't even able to sleep in the same bed together.
If he was going to be in the machine, I wasn't going to go out and live my life. My life was with Dan.
Since the transplant, the pair feels like newlyweds.
It's like being on a honeymoon again.
A few days after surgery, I said, I feel like I'm 20. And she replied, don't look in the mirror.
I got my man back. I got my man back.
Pretty adorable couple, eh? Well, that's all for this edition of The Global Good. Thanks so much for watching. I hope we made you smile. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can help us share those good news stories from across the country. And don't forget, click that share button and help us spread some smiles. Keep smiling.